Do humans cause climate change? Well, most people nowadays answer that question immediately with yes. And even in politics, it's a big thing. So we talk about reduction of carbon dioxide, methane. So we believe that we are really causing the problem. And I agree with that. But interestingly, if you look at it from a metaphysical perspective, we miss something that is maybe even more important than the whole discussion about the amount of carbon dioxide or methane or anything else. Well, in the first place, we need to realize that everything is interconnected. That means that it's not only about those particular things like carbon dioxide that is the key. No, we are actually weakening the natural system of the earth. To say it differently, nature has a tremendous ability to restore itself, but if the pressure is too high, then it cannot restore in a way that is healthy for, let's say, ecology in general, the nature in general. It doesn't have the time to restore itself because the pressure is way too high. And that means that every aspect of pollution is contributing to change. And since everything is interconnected, of course, it will have an effect also on climate. So the answer is not only, oh, let's take care of carbon dioxide or methane or whatever, and now we are done. No, that's the beginning, maybe. It's a good thing. And we definitely need to take care of that. But we need to really look at our behavior and the effects we have on the earth in general, on nature, how we pollute, how every system at this moment is out of balance. So that is another thing that is insufficiently talked about. We talk about a specific. People are busy with plastic, or people are busy with this or with that. But we need to come up with a plan of change on a much larger scale. And still, I have not mentioned the factor that that's why I make this particular message. There's one other factor that I believe is maybe the most important. Also, because it ties into our lack of, let's say, willingness to make changes. It is the collective consciousness. And you may say, how is that possible? How can a collective consciousness have a bigger effect than, for example, the pollution through carbon dioxide? We are increasingly aware that consciousness is affecting the world. And that is even increasingly accepted in science, that it's called the observer effect, all kinds of other terms that we use, but obviously consciousness has a deep impact. If it has such an impact, we have to realize that we need to ask the question, what kind of impact does our collective consciousness have? And then we need to look at the quality of our collective consciousness. The quality of our collective consciousness, sorry for being so direct, is lousy. There's a lot of fear, a lot of tension. There is a lack of love. And the fear-based energies are actually only increasing. And with the increase of the number of people on this planet, you may understand that the collective field is having an increasing impact on everything. Consciousness is the induction factor. Every thought is contributing to something of a change, of a manifestation in our world. The climate changes, the almost extreme climate, let's say, experiences we have, extreme heats, cold, rain, intense rain, storms, all of that is actually a reflection to a large degree, not completely, because there are all kinds of normal natural system, but our consciousness is amplifying tremendously different weather patterns in such a way that we talk about the climate change. We need to talk about, wow, we need to take responsibility. We are inducing a change on every level. So we have it not only on a physical level, the direct pollutions on whatever level we look at it, and we have that, you can say, uh, mental mind level that has a tremendous impact on the whole creation, you can say, of the current situation. That is where we need to look at. If we don't change that, well, we can try to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide. It will not do it. And with these tremendous shifts in all kinds of unpredictable ways, we should be actually warned and say, let's sit together. Let's take responsibility of our thoughts. Let's take responsibility of our creation. And especially our leaders need to seriously look at these kind of situations. That is the metaphysical ecology aspect that I wanted to add to the whole discussion. So the answer is still yes, but maybe in different ways than most people think, without taking anything away of the need to take care of pollutions on whatever level we have caused to them. It's an invitation. Become aware of your thoughts and your emotions and change those that are, you can say, negative or to say disharmonious or not based on love. So, what is actually the answer to stopping climate change? Love. And one of the most difficult things for us to collectively create in such a powerful way that systems begin to harmonize again. And then we also will not pollute because if you love, come from a place of love. You can't do that. Something maybe to ponder upon.